You ready or not week with everything you should have in your home's first aid kit. Here to break it all down for us is emergency medicine physician, Dr. Samson Davis. That is a serious
Dr. Davis, how are you?
job you've got. So thanks for spending some time with us today.
Absolutely.
Everybody's first aid kit looks a little bit different, no?
Yes. So this is the basics. This is the basics. Yours may be different. Ryan's, yours will be as well. So we often start with, the first aid kit, but we start with lacerations, cuts, bruises, things in the kitchen.
Okay.
Little falls and trips. So,
Acid reflux pills?
we can have those in there as
got it,
well.
sure.
But we got the gloves.
Gloves.
You don't want to start with gloves to make sure if you have to treat a cut or a wound that you glove up because you don't want to spread the infection. And you certainly don't want to pick up one.
When I see these gloves, I think of self-tanner. Should I put self-tanner in here in case I'm lost somewhere?
Each his own.
Okay, got it.
Everybody's is different.
I'm starting
Cotton
gloves,
candy, Kelly.
got it.
And so you have your antiseptic wipe. You want to make sure you clean the area, the wound as well. And then you want to put the triple antibiotic ointment on there,
Triple
right?
antibiotic.
Why is it triple? I have no clue, but it's an antibiotic
Be
ointment.
careful when you're chopping the onions.
Okay, now,
Right.
what's here?
So these are your bandages, right? You start obviously with what we know when we have kids, the simple Band-Aid. Most of those are more colorful and dynamic for our children, right? So we have Mickey Mouse and therefore on those. But then we have the larger bandages, the gauze, which helps to stop the bleeding or any oozing from the wound itself, right? And then your bigger bandages for the bigger wounds.
If you get to the abdominal pad, though, you should call 911. No, am I right? Like something, if I'm wearing an abdominal pad, something has gone terribly wrong.
At that point, it's a little bit concerning because you got a bigger bandage, which means a bigger wound and pressure. You also want to put pressure on as well.
All right.
So I should
load it
put
up.
that in here
Yep.
too, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Now we've got
Nice and organized.
And move
scissors
on
and
down.
the tape.
So now the scissors, sometimes you have to cut the bandages to fit the wounds. Some wounds may be bigger, smaller. It may be different sort of diagonals. You want to make sure you cut the bandages. But also, surprisingly enough, you may have to cut the clothes, right? Right.
Oh my gosh, but shouldn't we call
I feel like
911
that's what
at
we
this
should get on
point?
the phone.
911, I'd be
Yes.
in here like, where are my mood stabilizing pills? And
You take those first before you cut any
Before
clothing.
you cut any clothing off. Okay, got
Okay.
it.
And then the tape to tape the bandages up as you call 911.
You don't want to use your teeth because that could be unhygienic,
Well,
right?
I mean, the
in a
scissors
pinch,
are here.
just
In a
get it
pinch,
covered
right,
up and
got
tape
it,
it up.
got
Stop
it,
the
okay,
bleeding.
got it.
So as we are more mobile and we move around, we twist our ankles, our knees, minor burns, you always want to
That's
have
great.
your ice
That I
pack.
could use often.
Ice
Right,
pack.
right.
And this is the kind you just break and shake, right?
Okay.
Yep, you
Got
pop
it.
it and then just shake it and you apply it. And then your flashlight, because accidents do happen in the dark.
Yes, of course.
Right, so
Absolutely.
you have your flashlight there. And you
Oh,
press the button.
I see.
And then-
This is my first time using a flashlight, so got
When you
it.
run into the bed on your way to the bathroom in the
Okay.
middle of the night, you need that for
Flashlight.
your wound.
Okay.
Light it up,
Got it.
right? You light it up.
A pregnancy test. Tell us why.
Well, you never know, right? So,
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
things happen in the dark.
Yes.
We were just saying.
Sometimes in the dark things happen.
So with this test, this is actually a COVID test, but AKA looks almost like a pregnancy
Yes,
test, right?
got it. Sorry.
So we swab, we apply the solution. Two lines mean you're positive,
Pregnant.
right?
Got it. Right.
And one
you
line
never
means
want
Don't
to see
negative.
two
confuse
lines.
these
You
tests,
never
Kelly.
want
They're
to see
very
two
different in
lines.
terms of results.
No two lines
So
here.
that's your at-home COVID test.
Okay.
And your temperature, you'd be surprised how many people I see in the emergency department say, I have a fever. So I say, what was your temperature? And they say, I don't know, I was hot. So we measure, and look,
He's just right.
he's just right.
Goldilocks.
Just right. So anything greater than 100.4, 100.4, not 104, is considered a fever.
Got it.
And then you have
Okay.
your ibuprofen, your acetaminophen to take. Now this with COVID, we see a lot of patients when they would come in, they would have low oxygen saturation. So we just want to press this button on here. And so ideally you want to be above 95%. And with COVID, sometimes you would desat, your oxygen would drop and it'd be too late before you know it. You're in the hospital and then we had to really, really move fast to save a life. And so it's reading. Now
I think my fingernail is blocking the whole
It's
reading.
the polish sometimes that.
61. I'm dead, guys.
Yeah, it's the polish.
I think it's the
that's-
gels, Kelly.
It's
Yeah,
just like
the gels
that.
getting in the way of the
I've been
accurate
told
reading.
that in the past. They're like, your fingernails.
Does it matter if you do this on the wrist or the...
Well, you probably get a little lower reading.
I did.
Usually
It
try
just
to-
said low. L-O.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the extremities are cold or cool. And here you have your first aid guide. So this is kind of the cookbook of just simple emergencies, what to do in a pinch. I mean, when emergencies happen, we're
It's
frantic.
like I can't read, and that
Yes.
font is so small. We need glasses
So
in the
pack your
first aid
reading
kit.
glasses in the first aid
Yeah.
kit because you're going to need
You're
it.
going to need it.
For sure.
And so let's hope that Ryan, so yep, you're good. You're 97%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, good news. All right. Thank you, Dr. Davis. For more information, head to our website, kellyanryan.com. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.